of the time, this is inevitable. As you grow older, you're going to lose hair from the places where you want it, and you're going to gain it in places where you don't. It is very hard to conceal, and it's definitely easy to notice. It will make you look older, and many times it will screw with a lot of guys' confidence. So what do you do about it? First of all, you may not even notice when you start losing hair. It's good to know somebody who you see maybe every half a year to a year. So somebody maybe a member of your family that you see every Thanksgiving, though I have a feeling that they might tell you before you even ask. Another good person to ask is your hairstylist. Your hairstylist sees you every 6 to 8 weeks, and they usually remember your hair pretty well. So you may ask them if you're losing your hair, and they will definitely be able to tell you. Unfortunately, male balding is pretty much impossible to prevent. Now, I know you probably see a lot of advertisement on TV and online, but unfortunately, most of those things don't work. And even though some of them may work for you, it will probably take you a very long time to find out. And then even if you do, it's either too late or they will stop working after only a few months. There is also Propecia. Now that's a drug that doctors agree that will actually stop your balding. It will not regrow the hair you have already lost, but it will prevent you from losing more hair. Even though that works, the main side effect of that drug is irreversible male impotence. I don't know if you want to take chances with that. I personally don't, because if that happens, then there's really no point of having hair. Before I go any further, I should mention that a good amount of men, especially dark-skinned men, look really good with bald head. Unfortunately, I myself am not one of those lucky men. I look like a cancer patient without my hair. And luckily, at the first signs of balding, and probably in the first few years of it, depending how fast you bald, you can actually style your hair in different ways where you will cover it up. And you can Google those. There are plenty of YouTube videos that are dedicated to them. You should find the one that's right for you, and it will probably last you for a while. Now, make sure to know when to stop, right? I mean, I'm sure you've seen those men who have comb-overs and they didn't start with them, right? They just kind of never stopped trying to cover things up, and at some point in time it just looks ridiculous. So you want to kind of stop yourself at a certain point. Another thing I should mention, that some men bald in such a way that's considered to be distinguished, and it's a good thing for you. You actually will probably look sexier than when you had hair. So if you're one of those lucky men, definitely figure it out, and you may not have to do anything about it. Unfortunately, most of us sooner or later are going to lose that battle, so we're going to end up as bald men. Now, luckily, there's actually one thing that you can do to reverse that, and it's the only thing that actually would work, at least at this point, and that is hair transplants. Now, I know about 20 years ago it didn't get such a good rap because I think they were called hair plugs, and it looked like if you would see hair on a doll, right? But in the last 20 years, they have made an amazing progress. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure you know some men who went through that procedure, and you probably have no idea that they were actually supposed to be bald. The way it works is they take a large amount of your follicles from the back of your head, and even when you're balding, the concentration there is still very high, and they basically split them up, and then they plant them throughout your head where you are bald, like you would plant trees. So with time, those hair follicles will start producing actual hair, and you will once again have a full set of hair like you once have. Maybe not exactly the same, maybe a little bit thinner, but the results are usually pretty impressive. So when it comes to hair, know that you are going to go bald at some point, but there are some damage control steps that you can take at first. But if you want your hair back, then know that there is a procedure that can get it done, and I think we're very lucky to live in this day and age where it is possible.